It is I, your anti-AntiFa supremacist, Jake motherfucking Lasky of Wolf Clan Armory, 287 South Front Street, Cresswell, Oregon. Give me a call, 541-658-5565. Give me a fax, 541-658-5313. Email me, wolfclanarmory@gmail.com. Check out the website, wolfclanarmory.com. See us on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, if that's even still around with us. Google+, Tumblr, Facebook, Minds.com. Bethany, I just received the email today that Bethany has been, is disappearing. So all the videos that were uploaded on Bethany are going to be gone. Not just ours, but anyone on Bethany. Bethany is kaput, toast, gone. Sayonara. Obviously bought out, sold out, whatever. It was a good email though, apologizing. BitChute, YouTube of course, and anywhere else that this grand behemoth of a World Wide Web leads us. Now, once again, I would like to say that Antifa are a bunch of fucking bitches. In fact, you're a bunch of fat dudes like Colin Hook. Maybe not all of you, but Colin Hook, he's pretty fat. He claims to not be an Antifa member, but he is, because I read his comments on one of my troll accounts when I go into Antifa chat rooms. You know what I mean? So, Colin Hook and some other Antifa members, Eugene Antifa, Rose City Antifa, get all this information. They got no life, really. Colin Hook takes crappy photos for the University of Oregon Ducks. Probably still lives with Mama like the rest of his homies do that are Antifa. They got a wall set up, pictures with arrows pointing, things, printouts. They're got a friend of a friend that kicks it with someone that's a fascist. So they're like, hey, go over there. You know what I mean? These guys got no other life but to try to disrupt other people's lives. Which, that right there is, they're trying to take someone else's livelihood. They dox people. They put out these articles and stuff. Me, I don't give a fuck if they have a picture of my home, picture of my truck, like they do, you know, like they put out. My business hours. The place I work, 287 South Front Street, Cresswell, Oregon, Wolf Clan Armory. I have a living. I cater to real Americans of all races, genders, all ethnicities, all cultures, all religions. Now, if a Muslim comes in and doesn't like my infidel hat or whatever, doesn't want to do business, alright, cool. But you know what I do have? I have other stuff for that Muslim. Or if let's say, a black supremacist comes in, a Black Panther, which I have Black Panthers who are in contact with me. I have them follow me on Facebook because I don't discriminate. I have really good friends who, in prison, were Black Guerrilla family members. Bloods, Crips, the big homies, the big dogs, the legends, the dudes that there's books upon, Mexican Mafia, all that stuff. Friends with all of them. It's all about respect. Alright, so, if certain people don't like what I have, like let's say that black supremacist doesn't like the rebel flag that I have something that a black supremacist would love though. It's called knives and swords and military surplus and goodies and all that good stuff. I sell that stuff off the website. I make a living off of Americans, those of all political persuasions. These Antifa members, because of my past and my crimes, are always bitching about white supremacist, go, Chick-Lasky, go, his tattoos, go. Yeah? Alright. So, I am me. I am an American. I'm proud of that fact. And I'm white, too. You see this flag behind me? That's an American flag. I love and respect that flag, even though I could sit here and say it's a Mason's dish rag and all that. Yes, the founding fathers were Freemasons and stuff. But I have fought alongside other races. I have fought with and in race riots in prison, and I would die next to my black friends in a fight just as quickly as my white friends. Does that make sense? Because they're Americans. They're not un-American either. They are patriots. So here we go. We have Antifa, Eugene Antifa, Rose City Antifa, putting out these articles for the next week from a Discord server chat of a bunch of alleged fascists. It wasn't hacked. So they got these logs, they got these screenshots, they got whatever from a disgruntled member who was within it, who put out this information, gave it over to Antifa, who are in their little rooms with their little arrows and the little pictures and the little photos and their little printouts and everything else, that are fucking jacking off, or finger banging themselves or whatever about every fascist that's around them, that they think is around them, about every preconceived person they wish was a fascist. I mean, Antifa's getting their rocks off of a guy like me. You know what I mean? They love to slob that knob, like they they certainly do. And hell, I'm still told that Emily Nyman can't give good head. So you suck, Emily Nyman, Miss Queen of Antifa. So I still take my Emily and wipe my Nyman every morning for you, girl. I take my Emily and wipe my Nyman. So, as we know, the White House has declared Antifa domestic terrorists. Well, their acts as domestic terrorism. And in fact, individuals are now, and I will put that out in another video, are being looked at for terrorism, planning terrorist acts. What I said before, I'll say it again. Antifa is also infiltrated, just like any scene, organization, or political group is infiltrated. There might be, in fact, COINTELPRO was a program where the FBI created every Ku Klux Klan group out there. Do you guys remember that? It's still happening today. The FBI created every Black Panther party back in the day. You guys remember that? Part of COINTELPRO? These organizations are pit against each other, created by the government. That to me right there is tyranny. I don't agree with that. Not at all. So, just like the feds are creating political groups, they are creating the fascists and the anti-fascists. The feds control both sides, and they arrest the lowmen on the totem pole. They arrest the guys who they brought in, they recruited, who end up going into a leadership position, and then the feds are the ones who come over here and plan a terrorist act. So Antifa, like all those dudes in Washington, D.C. on Inauguration Day almost a year ago now, a lot of them are cooperating. They're giving up information. They're wearing wires on the big dogs of Antifa. I put out videos exposing top dog Antifa members, and I'll put out some more. I've got some more exposés coming. Just like Eugene and Rose City put up this video of a Discord server. It wasn't hacked. It was a disgruntled member who gave them the information. And now it's in the Oregonian and everything else, where, lo and behold, Bethany Sherman of OG Analytics, Weed Tech CEO accused of being a secret neo-Nazi, steps down after admitting to white pride. So, Antifa put out an article. I'll read this. This is from the rawstory.com. There's also one from punk-ass Eugene Weekly. The CEO of a large marijuana testing lab in Eugene, Oregon, announced she's stepping down Wednesday after allegations that she was a secret neo-Nazi surfaced online by Antifa. According to the Oregonian, OG Analytical CEO Bethany Sherman announced her resignation and plans to sell the marijuana testing facility she founded in 2013. In a statement to the newspaper, she also said she's only guilty of a thought crime. And that's true. She's only guilty of a thought crime. She's guilty of being white, like the song Minor Threat states, right? So this article, well, I'll continue here. This is her statement. I find it extremely disconcerting that it is admired and revered to have gay pride, black pride, Asian pride, or pride in any other cultural heritage. But if you have white pride, it automatically makes you a Nazi. And you are ostracized, attacked, and lynched by your community, Sherman wrote. I admit I am proud that I am white. And I'm not ashamed of my heritage. And I admit that I have been so conditioned to feel shame about this pride that I discreetly sought community where I could. Sherman denied that she was involved with any neo-Nazi groups. The community I'm referring to is comprised of hardworking, good-hearted people like you and like me, who are forced into secrecy because they share similar beliefs, which Eugene Antifa is now proving to be true. That being white and having pride in your cultural heritage will make you the victim of hate crimes. I learned a great deal from this experience and have learned even more in the last 24 hours since this article was published. Powerful words. Bethany wrote there. Very powerful. There's nothing wrong with what she said either. She's absolutely right. You can be gay pride, black pride, brown pride, but you can't be white pride. So, think about it real hard. You can't be white and proud, right? She has balls. Eugene Antifa wrote this article anonymously. Well, you know, fat ass Colin Hook and some other ones are the ones writing this stuff because that's all they do in their life. They jack off on pictures of Jake Lasky and other people that they see as fascist. So, Sherman's move to step down from the company came after a coalition of Pacific Northwest-based anti-fascist groups alleged that she and her former partner Matthew L. Combs operated neo-Nazi social media accounts. All right, Pacific Northwest-based anti-fascist groups. Why aren't you telling us exactly what the other ones are? Pacific Northwest Anti-Fascist Workers Collective, which is ran by, on Facebook and everything else, by Tegner, the man who went to prison for murder. Yeah, I'll be putting a video out on him very shortly. And why aren't you saying, too, that all of these organizations, known as Antifa, are listed domestic terrorist groups and are being investigated? Individuals are being investigated for domestic terrorism. In a post published by Eugene Antifa, the coalition claimed they'd gained access to chat logs from Discord via a disgruntled member, a gaming chat app that is often used by white supremacists that were linked to Sherman and Combs, who was also a co-founder of OG Analytics. Discord is also used by Antifa as a Signal, which was created by a government agent for the phone, the secret communications app. Right. Nothing you text or say is secret. As the Oregonian notes, the Antifa groups, also allege that Sherman supplied food and support for neo-Nazi gatherings and operated a Twitter account under the handle @14th_word. a reference to a white supremacist slogan claiming we must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children. All right. The 14 words. Wow. I got 14s right here on my hands. I'm all over. What's so racist about that term? You know, I got shit from the Northsiders that were wondering what it meant. No, Southsiders who wondered what it meant, thinking I was a Northsider when I was locked up, when I first got locked up. Anyways, let's say this. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for black children. Yay, applause, woo, yeah. Nothing wrong in that. Not at all. I agree with that. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for Asian children. Yay, yeah, woo, ah. Nothing wrong with that. I agree with it. I agree with it. We must secure the existence of our people in a future for, let's say, brown children. Yay, woo, yeah. Mexican children. Yay, woo, yeah. Mulatto children. Yeah, woo, ah. Pygmy children. Woo, yeah. African. Yeah. Indian. Yeah. 14 words all around, but as soon as you put the word white in there, it's fucking racist neo-Nazi. Racist neo-Nazi. Woo. Kill him, lynch. Wow, let's kill him. Thought crime, right? You're trying to make it illegal to be white. Trying to make it illegal to be proud. You can be proud of your race, of if you're any other race but white, is how the mainstream narrative's pushing it. How Antifa thinks about it, and that's why Antifa is doing what they're doing. They want it to be illegal to be white. Yet most of them, 90% of them, are unemployed white kids living at mama's house. Don't have a job, smoke weed, slam heroin, do coke, whatever else, and fucking eventually die of fucking a drug overdose or whatever else. Nothing wrong in those 14 words for any other race but white. So you're condemning an entire race. She found power in her heritage. She sought people who thought the same. Anything wrong with that, huh? So Antifa members are doing what? They seek the people that think like them. Antifa are separatists, just like there's black separatists, Mexican separatists, white separatists. Antifa puts out lists with like my face on it, a do not serve list to businesses, which 4 of those businesses, all 4 of them, I have friends at all 4. Those friends, are they fascist? That's up to Eugene Antifa to find out. But I'm not a fascist, but I am proud. I'm proud of being American, and I'm proud of my heritage and culture. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm proud of that flag. Most, if not all, neo-Nazis today don't give a fuck about this flag. That flag's my nation, and that flag involves the citizens of this nation, who are made up of every race, every religion, and lo and behold, those races and religions cater to themselves in their own religious sections, ghettos, whatever, churches, organizations. And Antifa is one of those separatist organizations. You think that like it? You go for it? That's who you go and hang out with? That's who you feed during a neo-Nazi? Is what she supplied food. Oh no, that's illegal. Don't supply food at one of these gatherings. You're supplying food at a Antifa gathering? You're supplying food at a Mexican heritage La Raza gathering? So La Raza, they're the race of Spaniards, of Mexicans only. You can't be any other race to join it. That in itself is separatist thinking and thus racist. That is La Raza supremacy. Are you guys getting this? Or am I speaking mumbo jumbo? OG Analytical's lab director Roger Volker told the newspaper that after learning about the allegations, employees at the company decided they were uncomfortable with Sherman remaining at the helm of the lab. Alright, so She's neo-Nazi. We're uncomfortable. How many years did some of you work for her, though? Were you uncomfortable then? Huh? Oh, okay, so Volker, lab director Roger Volker. It blindsided all of us, Volker said, who claimed to not have a relationship with Sherman or Combs outside of work. So, Volker said, it's unbelievable that you can work with people, our relationship is purely professional. We don't share personal beliefs, religious, political, or anything else. This is just unbelievable. All right, so Volker, your name is South Afrikaner, which means the folk who are Germans, which you are the heritage of Germans who were Nazis. Hey, you're obviously a white dude. Obviously, though, you're a liberal white dude. But your ancestors were Nazis, and you're a fucking racist piece of shit, Volker. Because you're related to Nazis and your last name is Volker. The folk. And the South Afrikaners came from Germany, the Dutch, the Afrikaans, the AWB, African Resistance Movement, Terry Blanche, all that good stuff. So, you guys didn't discuss anything outside of anything but weed. You talked about weed, your job, your work. No, well, so it blindsided you. So now she's a racist piece of shit, right, Volker? That's how you see it? And yet all those years, or however long you worked with her, she was a good woman, wasn't she? She respected you. She loved you. She gave you hugs at what? The Thanksgiving business dinners, the Christmas business parties. In fact, I bet she has non-white, a lot of non-white employees that she hugged, that she talked to, that she loved and respected. So now, though, because Antifa says she's a fascist Nazi, let's turn our backs on her, huh? She's proud of being white. Let's turn our back on her. Oh my God. Yeah, okay, Volker, she supplied a living for me, but she's a racist Nazi. I didn't even know. Oh, yeah? Who else, Volker, is racist around you? I bet there's some racist non-white people that are around you, living in your neighborhood. But I'm sure you don't want to talk crap about them because they're not the one some punk-ass article's going out about, or the KEZI 9 News is talking about. What this does is this legitimizes a group known as Antifa, a conglomeration of anarchist, communist scumbags. They don't know what they are, who are now considered domestic terrorists by the nation, but seen as heroes in the liberal state of Oregon to make Antifa look more legitimate, as if they're good guys. You wait and watch, and mark my words. When the feds come cracking down, it's going to be guys like fat-ass Colin Hook, the Emily Nymans, the Rodney Butlers. It's going to be the Jake Fergusons. It's going to be the Jeff Clarks. It's going to be the LSD selling fucking hippie scumbag fucking Cox. It's going to be that Antifa member that is the Eugene Gang Task Force police officer guy. Yeah. It is those people who are going to be indicted for crimes of planning mass genocide, planning terroristic acts. Those guys writing those articles, mark my words, have said something bad about someone. They've solicited my murder. They still do. The Robert McCalls who solicit firebombing. The Tegners, the Pacific Northwest Anti-Fascist Workers Collective, who's a convicted murderer, and female rapist people like Martinez and the rest of these scumbags. You're all gonna get got. You pushed out a fascist, owned a great company, and supplied living for people of all ethnicities, and she never spoke a damn fucking bad word to any of you. And now you turn your back on her because she's white and proud. Yeah, well, Volker, you proud of your heritage? Probably not. You got pathological altruism, which is white guilt. Bethany Sherman is a hero because she doesn't have white guilt. And in fact, no one should have guilt over their ethnicity or their race. Wow. I'm proud of being white. I am. Bethany Sherman is. You know who else is proud of their race and heritage? The Black Panthers, the Jewish Defense League members. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what people like Antifa need to do besides kissing my white ass? They need to mind their own fucking business. And rather than jerking off to pictures of me and other people that they think or wish or are fascist, they need to go get a job, mind their own fucking business, and make a living for themselves. But you've got such a solid heart-on for a guy like me, or a good woman like her. When it comes to me and my livelihood, you know what I say, Antifa? I say, bring it. Bring all you got. Peace, bring it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. My anti-AntiFa supremacist hoodies are on their way. Get yours. Antifa made me their business. They're now my business. I bought a house because of Antifa and the business. So you know what? If you're a real American, no matter your race or ethnicity, gender, religion, if you like knives and swords and survival stuff, come to Wolf Clan Armory, 287 South Front Street, Creswell, Oregon. I'm there. I'm still waiting for a real Antifa member to show me that they can do more than write an article. More than doxing. Doxing doesn't matter to me. Show me that you have balls and shoot me in the face, dude. You know what? Bring the whole crew. Bring the whole crew. Before you're all indicted for one of your own homies wearing a wire. Like one of my homies wore a wire. Jesse Lee Baker wore a wire on me. And Jerry Poundstone. And others. Ratted and all that good stuff. Same shit's gonna happen to you. You're gonna go into the world I left in that penitentiary. And you ain't making it out. A fat ass like Colin Hook would never make it in jail. Hell, he did a couple nights, one night in Lane County Jail, and cried his fucking fat ass off. So, I am the anti-AntiFa supremacist. People need to learn to mind their own business. Destroying someone's livelihood, who gave other people a livelihood of all races and ethnicities. What's going to happen if that business isn't sold? Those other racial people, the blacks, the browns, the rest of them, who she had employed, are going to have to go elsewhere, and it's hard to even find a job these days. So, Antifa is destroying a lot more livelihoods than just Bethany Sherman's. You know what? When we relocate Wolf Clan Armory to a neighborhood near you, Emily, Rodney, Jeff, the rest of you, I'll hire her, because Bethany Sherman has balls. You guys got no nuts. And if you do, why don't you prove it besides writing articles? Or grow up. But thank you for helping me make a lot of business. Antifa, there's a lot of people who hate you. All races and genders and all that good stuff. And they're real Americans, and I love real Americans. Will you be a victim or a survivor? Be a survivor at Wolf Clan Armory, and be like Bethany Sherman. And don't back down for your beliefs no matter what they are. She had balls. Antifa has none.